Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Penn Foster Live. My name is Jenny, and I'm joined by my amazing co host, Jess. As you guys could see today, this is going to be a super awesome session. We have an amazing guest joining us here today, Joe. And before we introduce him and talk to him more, we're going to run over some quick reminders and the agenda. So I'm going to pass it over to Jess.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Penn Foster Live. Like Jenny said, this is going to be a really fun conversation today with Joe. I'm super excited to get to speak with them today. We have a couple of reminders. So we do love for this to be a conversation. So please feel free to chat with us in the comments. But remember that they are very public. So don't put any personal information down below in the comments. If you are a current student and you have questions about your account or your studies, you can check out your learner center for information. And if you're not a current student, but you have questions about the vet tech program or anything after this call, feel free to call us at admissions at 1-888-427-6500, and we will connect you with somebody who can get you all the answers to all the questions you have. Passing it back over to Jenny to go over our agenda.
Yeah, thank you, Jess. So we're going to be covering a lot of great topics today. We're going to talk about what Vet Tech Week is, the Vet Tech program at Penn Foster, and really interview Joe here on the call, which we're super excited about and can't wait to get to. So starting off with Vet Tech Week and what it is currently Vet Tech Week. So thank you so much for joining us. National Vet Tech Week takes place every year in the third week of October. This year it runs from October 12 to 18. So you guys are right in the middle, or actually the end of it. And we have Joe joining us to celebrate and cap it off. Vet Tech Week provides an opportunity to recognize vet techs, their contributions to the profession, and celebrate their hard work and education. So here at Penn Foster, we really want to highlight all the vet techs out there, really celebrate them and thank them, and also recognize all of the students who are working hard to become vet techs, who are really dedicated and passionate to that field. Vet Tech Week is super important because it highlights the contributions that all of you guys make out there to all the animals in the vet field, and it wouldn't be possible without all of you and your dedication and passion. So not just dogs and cats, but the cows, the hamsters, all those animals out there that you typically might not think of, vet techs basically cover. They cover a wide range of tasks, ranging from animal care to vet medicine. So anything that you could think of, they are the go-to people. But really this week, acknowledges their hard work and dedication and just the expertise that they bring to this whole entire world. Jess, could you talk more about the vet tech program at Penn Foster and what is it that we have to offer to everybody who might be interested?
Yes, absolutely. Let me take a moment as well as Jenny to say happy Vet Tech Week to everybody out there. Happy Vet Tech Week to you, Joe. We are really proud of all of our vet tech graduates and all of our vet tech students for taking on the responsibility of caring for our animals as their whole career and what they do from day to day. Like Jenny said, we use this week to celebrate vet techs and all of their contributions. But if you're wondering a little bit more about what it is a vet tech does, you are going to find out a little bit more when we speak to Joe. But here are some things that you should know about our vet tech program. When the job itself has a lot of diverse responsibilities, vet techs have a wide range of duties, from assisting veterinarians in surgeries and performing diagnostic tests to providing hands-on nursing care and educating pet owners. They play a really crucial role in that patient care, working directly with the animals to monitor their health and well-being. It is fast-paced and demanding. This job can be physically and emotionally demanding. You might work long hours and the role requires a lot of standing, lifting, and quick thinking, but it's highly rewarding for those who are passionate about animals, which is the reason we hear 99% of the time that our vet tech students join the program is because they're really passionate about working with animals and changing their lives. You also are able to have a direct impact on animals' lives when you're working as a vet tech. Vet techs work closely with veterinarians and pet owners, helping make decisions that directly affect the health and well-being of that animal. It's a position where you can make a real difference, which is really great. If that sounds appealing to you, again, here at Penn Foster, we do have a veterinary technician program that's online. Some reasons that you might consider enrolling with us is we are an accredited program. We're accredited through the AVMA, which stands for American Veterinary Medical Association. And that is an essential accreditation for those who are seeking to become credentialed vet techs. Credentialing and the VTNE are also really big pieces of becoming a vet tech, and we take that very seriously with our program. After completing your education, you'll need to pass the VTNE to become credentialed, and we really try to make sure that through our vet tech program, we are setting you up for success with the VTNE, which is a really important part of getting that job after you finish your program. We do have a flexible learning model where you are online, self-paced, and it allows you to finish your coursework on your own schedule, which is really valuable for those who have really busy lives, families, other commitments, or work full time. Another really great piece of our program is that even though it is online, there are 2 externships that you do need to take once you are getting closer to the end of your program, and they provide that hands-on experience. So on top of learning everything that you learn online at your own pace, you then are able to gain practical real-world experience while applying what you learned in those courses in your externships. And we have a comprehensive curriculum that covers a bunch of essential areas, including veterinary technology, animal anatomy, pharmacology, anesthesia, surgical nursing, laboratory procedures, and the list goes on and on. So it really is a really well-rounded program on top of being accredited and setting you up to get that VTNE credential towards the end so that you can really thrive in your career as a vet tech and enter that fulfilling career helping animals. But enough from me. We have Jo Dsouza here, who we are going to be interviewing now. They are one of our vet tech graduates, and we're so excited to have you on the show. Thanks for coming, Jo.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Happy Vet Tech Week. My name is Jo. I graduated from Penn Foster last year, but I went to the ceremony this year. I graduated from the veterinary technology program, and it played a really big role in actually the jobs that I have today and the experiences. Just like Jess had mentioned with the externships, there are 2 externships, and one of those externships that I went through, I actually still work at this place. I got hired there because of the externship, and it's a holistic medicine hospital. I've been here for 3 years now because of Penn Foster. That's how they found me and hired me. And then I also was able to go to Idaho, another state, and meet a lot of great people. And Susan and Jody, they run a great sanctuary over there. Highly recommend. So it's called Sandy's Haven, and that's where I got to do a cow, goat, rat, everything you could think of kind of work. And it's a nonprofit, and they're very amazing. So those opportunities are provided through Penn Foster. You really get pushed into it, and you get to grow a lot, and it puts you in those situations where you get to meet so many talented people in the field as well, and fellow classmates who are going through the same course as you are, and you can teach each other things and go through it together.
That is amazing. First of all, great intro. Second of all, I love that you shouted out where you're working and where you had your externships, because that is a really important piece of the program. Outside of that intro, we can start at the beginning. What really inspired you to want to be a vet tech? Like, where did that dream of working with animals come from for you?
So like everyone, I wanted to be a DVM. I changed up paths, as I got older. But when I was a kid, I don't have any siblings, so I only had animals. Really, my parents weren't. They weren't as knowledgeable about animals. We never really had them growing up, so I kind of brought them into our living spaces, and I just knew from there on I wanted to work with them. And I just, they don't have voices, so I wanted to kind of be that voice for them and really make a change, especially for shelter animals. I really like shelter medicine. So ever since then, I knew that I just wanted to be with animals.
I love that.
That's such a great answer, Jo. You definitely can tell. Well, I've had the opportunity to meet you at least in person, but you're definitely super passionate and just dedicated about helping animals and bringing that love to others at the same time. We wanted to also know, what challenges did you have and how did you overcome them?
Challenge is definitely mental health. It's very bearing. As much as I love the field and I love animals, it's very heavy. We have some sad cases sometimes, and we have to kind of hold ourselves up to be there for the owners and the animals and comfort care and things like that. So that's definitely been a challenge, but there's a lot of resources out there. Always prioritize your mental health. Know when you need to take a break. Know when things are a lot for you. It's no shame ever in stepping out or needing a second. Take your vacations, take your breaks. And another challenge for me was just getting through vet tech school. And there was a lot of challenges in terms of getting all the information and really letting it sink in, because there's a lot. You have all the domains like just mentioned earlier. You go from laboratory procedures to parasitology to nutrition to anesthesia, everything really. So it was just organizing my brain to fit all the different domains.
I can't even imagine trying to fit all of that information into one brain. I feel like it touches so many different pieces of the whole journey. And that is really, really commendable that you took all that on just to be able to help the lives of animals. That's so amazing. So if there are any current learners on here, first of all, shout yourselves out in the comments and happy Vet Tech Week to you. But Jo, if we do have any current learners or current vet tech students listening or thinking about entering the field, what is one piece of advice that you would give them on how they can succeed?
I would honestly say go for it. Don't think twice and go for it. If it's something you want to do, go for it and don't look back. Keep going forward and use all your resources. I remember I would be on some Facebook groups. There's an externship 2 support group for Penn Foster actually on Facebook with a lot of Penn Foster advisors on that group as well. And I reached out. I would DM anyone and everyone. I've DM'd so many people in all stages of being Penn Foster graduates. And I would say always reach out. There's someone always there and they will help you. It might be scary, but reach out. I probably have met over 30 people just online from Penn Foster who I've messaged randomly asking for help in their experience. So just do it and don't be afraid to ask for help, because the biggest thing you can do is ask and get all the resources you can.
I love that answer. And for those of you who are currently a learner doing the vet tech program and you're not in that group that Jo is referring to, we'll actually put it in the comments where you can join and get the help that you need. Jo, we're so happy to hear that that group was definitely useful to you, and our instructors are definitely active in that group every single day helping learners. So it's awesome to just have somebody actually be a case for that and say, hey, I did reach out and I did get the help. And like the saying goes, if you don't ask, you'll never know the answer. So definitely ask. And most of the times our instructors, they 100% most likely want to help you and want to see you succeed. So like Jo mentioned, definitely go on in there, make some friends. We all know it is a virtual program. You might not know any, but who knows, maybe you'll have a virtual study buddy that you can rely on until you graduate. And maybe you'll meet them at graduation one day, like Jo was able to attend this past summer. Jo, with Penn Foster and your education, we wanted to know what made it a right fit for you. Was it the flexibility, the program itself? What is it that you liked about the program while you were just progressing?
Definitely the flexibility. I was able to attend another school, which I also do online. I have a lot of commitments. So I worked at 2 vet clinics at one point that got very busy, a lot of pets and family responsibilities as well. And so being able to still get the resources, like there was a lot of webinars and a lot of ways for you to still learn and get connected. That was a big piece for me. And then what tied it in is those groups, going out there and meeting other students. I still talk to them to this day. We still message and stay in touch. So that was a big thing, was the fact that there was resources and it wasn't just really online as it seems, because you get as much as you put out there. So if you're going to put out your energy out there and look for, classmates and friends and study groups, you will get that back. So definitely the flexibility and being able to get so many resources. There was webinars. For a long time, I remember for like a month, they had it every week. There was different webinars. So it's definitely very helpful with all the resources. And that was really great for me as well. And just financially, it was great,
That's fantastic. I couldn't be happier to hear that you've been able to connect with so many people, because I'm a person who in my personal life have seen the value of like online friendships and connecting with people who might not you might not meet in person for a long time or anything like that. But if you have like-minded situations or you're going through similar things, like going through this program, it can really change your trajectory to have somebody in your corner who understands what you're going through. Like, obviously, you'll always have friends and family in your personal life who will be there to support you, but having somebody that you can talk to who really understands what you're going through is there. That is immeasurable in how it can really help you succeed.
Totally.
And then, Jo, with the talk of graduation, and you did attend back in August, a lot of us here at Penn Foster were able to meet you in person. We were able to see you walk the stage. We saw you waiting around until it was your time to progress. How did you feel and how are you feeling right now? Because we all know that was a big day for many of you. And I know you especially, you had a long day because you were up early in the morning talking to various folks. You were doing silly TikTok videos with me. You're running around. So how did you feel about that day? And looking back, what would you say to current learners who want to get to that stage?
It was definitely really fun. I think I had a better experience than I thought I would. I actually made a friend who, again, I'm actually still in touch with, and everyone was so welcoming, and I made a lot of connections out there, and it was really good. It was great to see everyone from all the different, whether they graduated from Penn Foster High School, all the different programs, healthcare, business administration, whatever it was, they all came together just to celebrate and to say you did it and to really look back at that accomplishment, because it is a huge accomplishment. So that was really great, and to hear everyone's stories of how they made it there. Everyone has their own obstacles, so that was really amazing. And I think, if you want to get there, you will get there. You just have to continue to be organized. And like I said earlier, ask for help, get all the resources you can, and don't be afraid to reach out and get out of your comfort zone. I was definitely uncomfortable going to a graduation where I actually didn't know if the ones I did know who were going to be there or not. But I ended up making more friends. So, definitely get uncomfortable, because that's how you grow. It's okay to be uncomfortable. It actually works out sometimes really well.
I love that so much. That is such a great takeaway from today. Guys, if you're taking anything away from this conversation, take it from Jo. Make yourself uncomfortable and put yourself in situations where you don't think you're going to thrive, because you might find something out about yourself that you didn't even know, or you might meet somebody who ends up being really important to you, or lots of different things can come out of that mindset. So I absolutely love that. And now that you've graduated, you've walked that stage, you're kind of working in the field already. What's next in your career journey? What do you hope to do? And do you want to go for that full veterinarian certification, or do you like where you are? Just what's next for Jo Dsouza?
Thank you. Yeah, always growing. I actually am going to be retaking the VTNE. I missed it by 5 points the first time. I'm going to be transparent. It's a very difficult test, and you can get any kind of test. It's very difficult. It's kind of a little bit of a random draw, but that's okay. You learn and you do it again. Sometimes people have to take things 3 or 4 times, and it doesn't mean you're any less of a tech. It is just the paper, it is just a test. What your skills and how you handle clients and be there for them and their animals is what's important. You just got to get through that little testing that all of us have to do for some sort of certification. So retake the test in December, actually, and then I'm actually graduating from my bachelor's in a month for animal science as well. So, and then I want to go into specialty after that. That would be great. So hoping to pass it the second time's a charm. Otherwise, third time's a charm. It's okay. But, that is where I'm going. So hopefully can graduate in a month again, and then pass this VTNE and then go into specialty, but take a break in between, because I need to take a break. And then,
like you said, prioritize your mental health. No one needs to take a break, it's all coming back around.
Yeah.
Well, we wish you a lot of luck on your next VTNE, and congratulations on graduating from your bachelor's. And just thank you for joining us today. This was really awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Jo.
Bringing all the information to all the students and for all that you do. And happy Vet Tech Week to everyone as well.
Yeah, happy Vet Tech Week, everyone. Thank you again, Jo, so much for joining us. It was awesome to chat with you again. This call was honestly amazing. I know Jess and I will be talking about it more as time comes, but thank you so much for being so transparent and just giving all the current learners and prospective learners really good tips as well. We're going to drop a lot of awesome resources that Jo mentioned in the comments. So whether that be blogs, more on the vet tech program, the group that you guys could get resources for. If you thought that this session was really helpful or you thought it'd be great for your review, we'll have that on our Facebook account as well as YouTube. You guys can catch more of Jo on our social media accounts. He also has a couple of things coming out there, which we won't spoil. Maybe he'll be on a vlog. I don't know, but maybe you guys could check that out. Jo, again, thank you so much for all of your amazing answers and your time. Honestly, always a great time to hang out and chill with you. But yeah, you guys, if you have any questions about Penn Foster, or if you're thinking about enrolling, visit your learner center or give us a call at 1-888-427-6500. We're always here to help as well as your instructors. Feel free to also join the alumni group. You'll see awesome grads like Jo in there who are more than happy to provide some answers or provide you guys that good energy and vibe. We hope you guys could eventually cross the stage because we're looking forward to it. Jo obviously had an awesome time, and all of our grads honestly left walking the stage with the biggest smiles we've ever seen and with at least one friend. But if you want to catch up our past episodes, make sure to check out our YouTube channel, which we'll link below. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you so much again, Jo. Bye, everybody.
Happy Vet Tech Week.
Vet Tech Week.